They gave you crumbs, moments of attention just enough to keep you hoping. Words dipped in kindness, but never real consistency. They treated your love like an option, your time like it was free, and your presence like it would always be there, no matter how little they gave in return. But one day, you stopped trying. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with silence. And that silence, it echoed louder than any argument you ever had, because nothing disturbs a careless heart more than realizing the one who once cared deeply no longer does. See, the Stoics understood this long ago. They taught that our peace comes when we stop expecting fairness from others, when we stop begging for love from those who only gave fragments. Because real strength doesn't come from forcing someone to see your value. It comes from knowing it yourself. You used to chase explanations. You wanted closure. You wanted them to understand how much you gave, how much it hurt to always be the one who tried harder. But now, you've learned that closure doesn't come from them. It comes from acceptance. And in that acceptance, you found calm. You stopped explaining your worth. You stopped performing to be seen, and instead you started walking away with quiet dignity. That's when everything shifted. The same person who once made you question your value starts questioning theirs. They start remembering your patience, your kindness, your consistency. And for the first time, they feel the weight of your absence. Because silence is magnetic. It draws curiosity, regret, and realization. Your stillness becomes the mirror that reflects their mistakes back to them. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." You don't chase, you don't argue, you don't beg for energy that isn't freely given. You simply become untouchable by walking in peace. Your silence isn't empty. It's full of everything they failed to appreciate. Your absence isn't punishment, it's protection. And your calm is your greatest power. So let them chase your silence. Let them wonder how someone so constant could become so still. Because while they scramble to fill the space you once filled, you'll be too busy becoming everything you were meant to be when you stopped settling for crumbs. Remember, you owe no one your energy, especially those who mistook it for weakness. Walk quietly, move with intention, and let your silence speak the loudest truth of all. You were always enough. They just weren't ready to see it. When you finally walk away, something beautiful happens. At first, it's quiet, unfamiliar. Your mind still replays the memories, those late-night conversations, the promises that faded, the laughter that turned into silence. But over time, that silence stops feeling empty. It starts feeling like peace. You realize you were never asking for too much. You were just asking the wrong person. And sometimes the universe protects you through rejection. It removes what you were ready to settle for so you can grow into what you truly deserve. The Stoics believed that peace begins within, not when life gets easier, but when your reaction to it becomes wiser. They called it apatheia, not coldness, but freedom from being controlled by your emotions. It's not that you stop caring, it's that you stop suffering from caring too much. You learn to observe instead of react, to listen without absorbing chaos, to walk away without guilt. Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free," and there is no greater bravery than choosing peace in a world that thrives on noise and drama. You begin to see the truth. They didn't break you, they trained you. They sharpened your awareness, taught you what love shouldn't feel like, and guided you back to yourself. The person you are becoming doesn't chase, they attract through calm energy, through presence, through silence that says, "I am at peace with what I cannot control." When they return, and they will, you won't feel the same pull anymore, because silence has rewritten your story. It taught you self-control, emotional discipline, and the rare strength of not needing closure from anyone but yourself. They will notice it. That shift in your eyes, that softness that isn't weakness but wisdom. They will sense that you've built a world inside you where their validation no longer lives. That's the power of Stoicism. To be calm in the face of disrespect, to be gentle in the face of disappointment, and to be free even in the presence of loss. Because true mastery isn't controlling others, it's mastering the storm within. And when you do that, you become untouchable. Your silence, once misunderstood, becomes your loudest statement. Your detachment, once seen as coldness, becomes your shield. And your peace, your unshakable peace, becomes the thing they'll wish they never lost. So when they chase your silence, don't look back. Because silence isn't revenge, it's evolution. You've simply risen to a level where noise can't reach you anymore, and that is where freedom begins. There will come a day when you look back and realize that losing them wasn't your downfall, it was your awakening. You'll see how every ignored message, every half-hearted effort, every moment they made you feel small, was just life's way of pushing you towards something greater, yourself. Because what's meant for you will never feed you crumbs. It will sit with you, respect you, grow with you. It won't make you question your worth. It will remind you of it. And the silence you once used as defense will become your sanctuary. It's where your mind resets, your heart heals, and your soul learns to bloom again. In silence, you stop needing to prove anything. You no longer chase love that runs or energy that drains you. You simply allow what flows and let go of what forces. Epictetus once said, "We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them." You're no longer judging your past you're learning from it. You're no longer trying to rewrite the story you're writing a new one. And in this new story, peace is your language, boundaries are your rhythm, and silence, your greatest power. Because the one who once fed you crumbs will eventually realize that your silence was never empty. It was full of everything they lost the moment they stopped valuing you. So don't break your silence for validation. Don't lower your peace to meet their chaos. Just keep walking. Softly, wisely, freely. You've outgrown the noise, you've mastered the art of letting go, and now your calm is louder than any explanation could ever be. You are not cold. You are calm. You are not heartless. You are healed. You are not lost. You are finally free. And that is the quiet strength that will always echo louder than the noise of those who never saw your worth.